order the McCordsville Architectural Review Committee meeting for Tuesday, May 21st, 2024. The roll call.
Dr. Brian Burney.
Here.
Bethany Frost.
Here.
Tom Strayer.
Here.
Mark Nelson.
Here.
We have the April minutes to approve.
Move to approve the April meeting minutes. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Old business?
We have none.
New business?
We have some. We have two items tonight. First item 4A is Lennar Homes' request for approval of product lineup for Alexander Ridge. So I'll invite Tony up to the podium to kind of present his product and what they're doing here. And just as he makes his way up, Alexander Ridge is on 900 North. This is a subdivision that originally was brought in by Olthoff Homes, and they've decided to flip the development to another builder. So that's why this product lineup is a brand new product lineup for you for this subdivision. But you've seen many of these elevations in Somerton and other places.
Yeah, and if you can pull up maybe the first one. So in this PUD, there was two areas. There's an area A and area B. Area A is meant to be traditional kind of single family, and area B was zero maintenance kind of. It says villas, but they're still single family detached. They're not paired villas like duplexes you would normally see with that language. These homes actually have not been built in McCordsville yet. We didn't want to have too many similar plans as we did in Somerton, so we're introducing new plans here. We call these our integrated plans for venture. These plans all are shown as two-car garages, but you would have the option as a home buyer that these could be this window here in the middle between the door and the garage could be a third car garage without adding any width to the home. And so the driveway becomes internal to the home, and then they would have a third car garage with garage windows and then with a 2-foot offset, so there's a recess. It's not 3-story or 3-level garage all on one plane. But our first home here is our Jasper. So this is the A at the top, and then we got B and C. The next one, if you just want to go to the next color instead of the black and white, unless we get more detail.
There it goes.
This one's our Paddington. So again, this one is the same thing. They can have the 3-car garage for instead of that middle window. And then the last one is the Wentworth, which is the largest of the homes. So again, this one has potential to be the 3rd-car garage. Now, these plans don't always show all the details of the PUD's requirements, so we've told and talked to Ryan in our letter that we'll meet all the obligations we need to with the 24-inch brick wrap return on the side elevations as an example. So anything that's not shown in here, they're going to be provided as part of the permitting process. Other than that, I think there was some comments about the characters of the existing PUD in these homes, so it might be best probably just go through maybe area A first before we go to area B. Maybe the best way to handle that. I don't know if they showed different homes between A and B in the PUD. Do you remember?
I don't remember if they did or not. That's a great question. They did kind of mix them in there all in one big swoop there.
Oh, okay.
There's some 2 stories that were included in the original PUD, the sage and the aspen, and then you've got the willow as your other kind of comparison point for what was originally presented by Olthoff.
So maybe we can compare the 2-story to 2-story and the 1-story to 1-story.
That's fine with me if that works for the.
Yeah. Well, and that's one thing I noticed on the first one. Is it the Jasper?
Yes.
I don't think A or B are of possibly B, but certainly not A is of the same. This is the second one, isn't it?
This is the 3rd one.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Certainly not the first one.
Okay.
Has the same character of some of the others.
There you go.
There's the lack of another gable on the second floor, and I mean the top one of the original is somewhat plain, but not as plain as that first one.
Yeah, it's a little similar to B and C, I would agree. And we can take these comments, and some of them we can approve whatever you feel comfortable with tonight, and if we don't have enough, we'll come back or make changes to these ones to get them to more compliant. So we're fine with that.
If, I'm sorry, Tom.
Oh, real quick, the other thing that I have some concern about is on B and C, it looks like those center gable areas are totally flush with the rest of the house. And that would make sense with the way A looks. And I guess I have a concern about there not being any kind of a step in there. It would look, I don't know the right word for it.
Yeah,
Flat.
normally it's going to be offset with a
Flat.
trim.
That's a good word,
Yeah, it would have a trim just separating the color. There's no offset.
because you don't notice as much as this angle, but as you're going down the street, the fact that those materials and everything all totally line up, I think it looks funny.
Okay, I think that's,
And it tends to make them not look much more detailed than that first one. Sorry, Brian.
Oh, no.
okay.
I guess it applies to A, B, and C. If that window became a third garage bay there, can we figure out what the percentage of garage on the front elevation would be and what the PUD requirements are?
They would all comply. I did that math beforehand and provided it to Ryan.
Yeah.
So it's all, so even if that becomes a third car garage, we're okay with the percentage of garage on the front of the elevation?
Based upon what Tony provided, yes, I will say, just for the record,
Kind of looks like almost 75% would be garage, but
It's
So-
at least 2/3.
I didn't have dimensioned floor plans in my packet, so I wasn't able to do the measurements myself. But the key would be I did a three-car garage is no more than 50% of the garage door, which
It's the
would mean-
door, right?
Was that?
It's the door, not the overall elevation,
Correct.
right?
So as long as the home is at least 48 feet wide, it would meet the requirement.
so I can't really tell where the door would be in that and how wide it would be. I assume it would be like, would it be 8 feet or 9 feet in the third bay?
8 feet for a single, 16 for a double, except for the Allen, which has a 15-foot double.
So we've got really 24 feet of garage door is what we've got.
So your
So it's
house would be-
48 feet, it's 50%. And maybe just looking at, the rest of it appears to be more than that, but.
Yeah, I can confirm those, but again, and if you're not comfortable with any of these, again, we can go past this one and not approve it tonight, and we can go to the next one. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know
Well, if
it's,
it meets, I'm fine with it.
But I do agree with you, Brian, that on the drawings where it actually showed the third garage, I don't remember seeing, the bottom one on the left is the closest to it, but there's a lot more house than garage even on that one compared to yours.
This is a little sluggish today. I can get you to where you at least see an elevation view. We just didn't have a floor plan that was dimensioned. There you go,
There's-
right
yeah.
there.
yeah, and even then it only shows the partial, but I can double check. There's some things that I thought it complied, but that's not the way I
It
did.
may be. I mean, if your house is 48 feet wide, then it would comply.
Yeah, well, they're only
comply,
40s.
it just,
Yeah.
it's not,
I say they're only 40, so my math bid must have been off that day, because that wouldn't
Okay.
comply. I'll have to, yeah, that wouldn't be the case then. We wouldn't be able to do the third car garage. We can, oh, that is actually correct. You're right. I'm mistaking this for another one. We're doing so many communities right now. Yeah, and this one I did tell if we built these plans, we would not use the third car option. It would have to be the window, because it wouldn't comply. That's correct.
okay. Because most of the time when we've seen the third car, it's an addition to the other
Yeah.
side, which doesn't take away from the rest of the house.
Right, that happens with the ranches, so I was confusing the two. The ranches would comply, these would not comply.
That makes sense because the ranch just put it on the outside.
Yeah, we have a 10-foot addition to accommodate
Yeah.
that.
This is the Paddington.
And this has more stepping and it has more detail. I didn't have as much concern about any of these elevations.
These are fine,
Okay,
it's
just
very nice.
marking this down. Okay. Wentworth is right here. There you go. I can blow this up if you want to see it larger.
So on the top, on elevation A, is that also in the same plane, the front gable?
The smaller gable is in the same plane as the larger one behind it, and then there's a recess to the front door. I'd say that's probably looks the same on C. B would be the only one where it's kind of one plane. That's meant to be one plane there, but then
Yeah.
the recesses were those. Yeah, I can double check this one. It looks like there's potential for.
Well, there's at least a change, it changes
Yeah.
to a hip roof above it, so it's not,
Right, but yeah, that one is in the same plane.
Boy, this is sluggish.
and there's more detail to this one, so it doesn't concern me quite as much. It just, that always looks kind of weird to me.
Yeah,
I know that we've seen others like that, but
on the A. So we can move forward with B and C.
B and C of the Wellington. Okay. Is the board comfortable moving on to area B, the ranches? Okay. We have 5 homes in this particular package.
Yeah, and I know that from, so the first one, Allen, A doesn't comply with the brick, and we don't have that one to worry about. So in B and C, I think the same discussion last time, and I've been working with my team to try to skin this renderings that show everything how they're supposed to look. But they would have the garage windows. If the garage square footage didn't comply, then we would have them with 3-car garage or a 4-foot offset. The third car garage would still comply, as I said, because it's an additional, it'd be similar to this. This is the clearance, but this is how the Allen would look similar. You'd add 10 feet here, or it could be 4 feet, which it has a window in there, which I think is a nice feature actually, without looking like too much garage door.
Yep.
So we can do that on the Allen as well. Those improvements would be made on the actual permits. A won't comply, so we can't approve that one. B and C would be able to meet the 50% brick.
So we're scratching A.
Correct, yeah.
does B have the 4-foot deep porch?
It's a 4-foot deep entrance, I believe, yes.
Okay.
Can you go to the?
I did verify that. You're correct, Tony. It is 4
Yeah.
feet deep. I would say, I think you can build the A here if you wanted to. That PUD, it's 50% of the homes have to have 50% brick or stone.
Yeah.
The other 50% would be a wainscot wrap.
That's true, yeah. I mean, I guess we could do it under that option.
Yeah.
But then I had the same concern about elevation A as I did to the
Oh, okay.
other ones, because I didn't think it had similar detail to the single-story.
I think on character and quality A, I'd rather not C.
Yeah, I heard that the first was last on Summerton, so I expected not to use that one at all.
All right.
And then this is the Ashbury, which I think last time was pretty well received for, for ranch. The challenge is trying to get articulation in a small area, but again, they'll have garage windows that you're not seeing there and meet the brick requirements for the 50% and the wainscot, the other one.
And B's almost southern looking,
Yeah, agree with that.
but I like all those.
Yeah, I'm fine with these.
There's the Clarence.
And Clarence, this was our standard rendering, what didn't have the 4-foot extension over the garage, so we provided these, which is what I'm trying to get on all my plans so that I can accurately show what we're trying to do in the future. Had these done to show this is what they would look like, because in this case they need to have the larger garage to comply. And in this case, I believe A, B, and C would meet both with the brick. Well, I think that's just at 50% if I remember when I checked.
Okay.
Are we
Yeah.
good with square feet on the porch? And looks like it steps down after it comes out from under the cover by the front door, so it'd just be that elevated piece of cement there. And what's the square footage on that?
So the requirement in the PUD is a 4-foot depth or 24 square feet. Either one would qualify, and I believe this met the minimum 4 foot of depth.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
Do any of you have a concern about, I guess it's elevation A again, not having much going on with it?
Yeah.
Can we take a closer look at that, maybe? It looks like it's only got one gable and a small porch and...
Yeah.
Yeah, that one has the least amount of features in that design, yeah.
I guess I'd really rather not see A.
Okay. We can move forward without A.
I like all those.
Yeah, I'm okay with those.
These look really nice in real life. These and the Wilmington, they're both in McCord Point.
Mm-hmm.
That top one almost looks like Admiral's. You know, it's the way the brick comes all the way up on the gables and the corbels. It's a good look. I like those.
I'm fine with those.
Okay, I want to just, Tony, if I could just confirm a few things. I know you provided the letter, which I very much appreciate, as well as your spreadsheet, which was great for help staff with our review. Just for the record, a couple of confirmations. You will offer at least 3 roofing colors to buyers.
Yes.
You understand the brick requirements. It's 50% brick on 50% of the homes. The other 50% can do the wainscot, but it's got to be a 4-sided wrap.
Right.
And then front elevation returns where a wrap is not present would be, or a corner wrap of 24 inches. And on front returns, you always have the masonry return if it's on the front elevation.
Yep.
We kind of talked about the garage doors already. Just please confirm, and staff will do so as permits come in. But just as, you know, public statement, it's 45% of the garage doors can be 45% of the overall width of the home for a 2-car garage and 50% for a 3-car garage, which essentially is going to produce minimum housing width of 36 feet for a 2-car garage home and 48 feet for a 3-car garage home.
Yep.
And then there, of course, are some various high visibility requirements that we'll review for during the building permit stage. So just be aware of those.
Yep, we've anticipated all those that need to be put on the construction plans.
Awesome. Okay. Anti-monotony? All right. Okay. We can scratch this for now because the Allen A's been removed.
Similar.
Yeah, I agree, similar.
Similar.
And because there would also be different brick options, correct?
Correct. So this.
So those could look almost identical except for the double versus single window.
So let me say what I know about Lennar's product, and then Tony, please feel free to add or correct me. But certain of their elevations, whether it's an A, B, or a C, some of them have a higher level of brick than the other, and the builder or the buyer can choose sort of a lower option or a full first floor option, I think. I don't know if it's available on all your models or not. I know like the Allen A, for instance, or the Allen B, for instance, was a good example. It was up here.
Right.
You can get that with more brick on it if you so choose. Or over here, sorry.
Yeah, to do the 50% ones, we would have to put in the all brick, and then after that, it would be an option if someone wanted to have more brick or just the wainscot wrap.
Yep. So,
But
That-
even with that, I think they're too close.
yeah, and staff always tries to look at it from a standpoint of we're looking at building massing, gables,
Yeah.
you know, we try to take material out of it, basically.
No, I was just saying it could potentially look even more like it than it does here.
I
If it
think-
didn't have the brick, yeah.
Yeah.
I see, yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I think I heard two similar on these.
3,
Three.
3?
4.
Okay.
There's 4.
All right, the Clarence C and the Allen B.
Is that a hip on Allen B? And it's gable on the C in the middle?
That's the only difference, but that, I go back and forth. That's almost enough, I think, because of that front, but I don't know.
Yeah, that introduces another gable with a different material where that's a hip, but
I go different on these.
I'm fine with different.
I'd say different.
Hmm?
Different.
Okay.
I don't know.
Now, that
Someone
one's a
just
hip, so
stump
it
me.
slants back, and the other
It
one's
could be
a straight
3-1. That's
cable
okay to,
in the middle.
you know, you've made your
That's the
statement.
main difference,
Oh, I
guess.
didn't hear you say anything.
I didn't say anything. I said I finally
I
found
could
one
tell
that
she was
stumped me.
struggling with it, so.
I can't decide. Say
Well, I think it's 3 difference right
There
now.
we
So
go.
Yeah.
just go with your gut.
You're off the hook.
It's not going to
Same.
really impact it. Same, that's fine. All right, Clarence A and Clarence B, and we do not need to review this because the A has been removed. Clarence A, that is. Seabrook C and Seabrook A.
Hmm.
Pretty similar.
similar.
Can you point out what you think is different, Tony?
well, it's mainly I see the window differences, but that's really about it. You have double side by side versus 2 space and then 1 single, and a little bit of difference you have between 1 solid material and a trim and a different material above that. But really, from massing, it's all the same in my opinion. If you're from a massing standpoint, if that's more the concern, what I've heard before, massing tends to be the issue. I would agree that they're same or too similar.
I agree.
Similar.
Seabrook C, Wilmington C.
Different.
This is one where I think the detailing, which wouldn't change on C, is enough to make a difference.
It's really the detail, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
You have a brick column too that I think that changes that porch a bit.
are those on C, are those windows? Or is that like
They're
ephes?
they're windows. It's
Here?
just the way that rendering is. Yeah,
Okay.
those are double windows and those are double windows. But
Ones on top on the right are windows and not ephes?
No, that's ephes. Or
Oh.
something else.
Not
I'm not
windows,
sure.
right?
Where at?
The
gables-
dark
the
blue
gables-
color, you mean?
Yeah, those, what is that?
oh yeah, no, that'll be hardy plank
Hardy board.
siding painted.
Okay.
Different.
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 Okay. Seabrook A, Wilmington C. It's going to be the same. It's going to be different, I think, because
It's
it's
different.
Yeah.
It's different.
good. Wilmington A, Wilmington C.
Different.
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 Wilmington A, Seabrook C.
Same.
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 Oops. Wilmington A, Seabrook A.
Same.
Same.
Well, isn't the pitch on the gables like one is 12?
Well, they were
12,
on the
and
last one
8-12?
too. It's
Yeah.
steeper on the left, but not significantly.
It's like maybe a 12 and a 8 or a 12 and a 10 or something like that.
Yeah, probably 12 and 10.
That's really the only difference is the pitch. And I guess maybe if you look at the pitch of the gable on the left and pitch of the gable on the right, it does probably push the roof up higher.
I mean, the bracketed cover over the windows on the left makes it look quite a bit different, but the massing is still
Mm-hmm.
the same.
I'll go with same here.
I said same. I think. I meant to.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you there.
I'm gonna go with same, I guess. It's pretty, there's differences, but I'll go with same.
All right.
We already got 3.
Not too many more here. Wilmington, that's not the Wilmington A. That's
Well,
the,
these are different.
okay, well, that solved my problem.
I say that other gable's different enough,
Okay.
the big gable.
The
And that's
Jasper B and the
That's
Jasper, which
gone.
doesn't matter.
That is,
That doesn't matter because the Jasper's gone. There you go.
okay.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
So just, I'll read into the record, the elevation matches that you felt should be considered the same elevations for anti-monotony purposes are the Ashbury A and the Clarence B, the Seabrook A and the Seabrook C, the Wilmington A and the Seabrook C, the Wilmington A and the Seabrook A, and of course, obviously, same elevation to same elevation, considered the same as well. Then I also would confirm that the petitioner has agreed to remove all versions of the Jasper, the Allen A, the Clarence A, and the Wellington A from their petition for the time being.
Yeah, we can.
With that noted, staff would recommend approval as amended here tonight.
Was it the Wilmington A or the Wentworth? Wentworth is a two-story.
I'm sorry, Wentworth.
Well,
my
okay,
bad.
because Wilmington was the ranch. I thought we were
Yeah.
okay with that one.
We are, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so Wentworth,
I misread my chicken scratch.
no problem. So yeah, Wentworth A would be removed, correct. Yeah, that's what I had in my notes.
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oops. Oh, I didn't do a thing for that because there's no anti-monotony. Ah. Okay.
Yeah, you don't need to do any monotony on the next one.
I do not.
There's only one, right?
It's in the amenity area. Pretty easy. Come on up and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your project, please.
Yep. I am Grant Shortridge with Kimley Horn here on behalf of Fisher Homes. So we are here to seek approval for architecture on the amenity building in Hampton Walk subdivision. Per the PUD, it'll be built before the 150th building permit is pulled. We believe that it's in alignment with the approved PUD for the subdivision, and we're seeking your review and comments and questions tonight. I would note that I am not an architect. They could not arrive tonight. I'm an engineer, but if you have anything specifically for them, I can take it back to them.
Can you show like a plan of
Yeah.
major area of Hampton Walk where it is in that large parcel? Is it like right across from elementary school or up by Old School Park?
It's way down at the south end, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty far. I've got a decent
Yeah.
aerial here in the staff report. See this circle right here?
Yeah, so that's actually like 2/3 of the way south from north.
Mhm.
And it's halfway back of the width towards Austin Trace
Gateway.
from Mount Comfort. And the school is to the north and across the street. So it's across from that 5-acre parcel on the corner of 700 and 600. Okay, so I know where it is now.
It is nice that it's right there by the woods, but I don't know if they're planning any amenities. I know this isn't for us, but
There is some trail throughout the project that will go along with this pool house and playground. I will say the pool house will be pretty visible from 600 West, even though it is pretty far back off the street. And that's because this area right here that's in front of it, between it and 600 West, is just a big open field essentially. It's part of their common area open space, kind of unprogrammed open space. So it will be pretty visible, which I would say, let me go back, sorry. The plus side to this, I think, really is, this is what they presented to us during the rezone phase. That's the exact scan of the PUD commitment. And if we go back and look at their packet, there's, as proposed today,
Yeah, I don't think they skimped on the details.
No, they did a pretty nice job with this.
And all four sides look decent.
Is there anything in your staff report that looks great?
Yeah, no, I have nothing left. They have met all of staff's comments on this.
I don't have any problem with it.
Welcome to the neighborhood.
Yeah, okay.
Vote of approval.
I was
Get this
kind of
done.
joking that there was almost too much detail to it. It looked like it was at Disneyland or something, but it looks nice.
That looks nice.
It's got little shoes and a little red nose.
So I guess I move to approve it as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Right.
Grant, tell your team to send you more often.
Well, thank you. My last meeting did not go this well, so I needed one. Thank
We
you.
got one more for you later tonight. That should be pretty swift as well. So.
And that was a hike too.
Yeah.
Well, I probably got there quicker than I did here today.
It's all right.
Next meeting?
Yeah, June something. Whatever the third Tuesday in June is. I'm sorry, I don't know off the top of my head, but as of right now, I don't know of anything that will be on that agenda. But got plenty of time for someone to file. So
Looks
couple
like the
weeks.
18th.
That sounds right.
Motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.